Good morning, everybody. This is Sally. It's Monday, and I'm your Monday vlogger for Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. I am actually out of town on vacation, my last day of visiting my daughter in Palm Springs, and so I had to do a few notes, and here we go with the question. Where do you find low-calorie, high-protein meals and or recipes? Do you have a favorite place to search for them? Please share. So what I did was this morning, I went around hunting and pecking through my YouTube's favorited channels that have to do with cooking and also the things that I have favorited on Facebook. There's lots and lots of resources for food, and this is what I have compiled a list, and I'm going to put a link on this video to my note page on Facebook, which has got a list a mile long. I mean, not a mile long, but at least the top 10. So let's see. What do I do when I want to find a recipe? I do the same thing I always did. I think you have to know about cooking. You have to know about food, and I don't just go to bariatric sites. I tell you, as far as the bariatric community goes, I don't think you can do better than Tamika. Tamika's recipes, especially her calabacita, has been something I make religiously, a big pot full, and put it in the freezer, broken up into portions. It's an awesome, awesome vegetable stew that's got, I mean, it's got either pork or chicken in it, depending on what you want to put in it, but it's so hearty and so satisfying. I highly recommend Tamika, which is a new me 1109, which I also have in my list. I use All Recipes quite a lot. Allrecipes.com. A new one to me, I know everybody uses is sparkrecipes.com. Um, some of the others, I'm friended on a page by a lady called the Truffled Pig, and she has had cancer and has eaten a different way to eat healthy for that. I don't just do low carb searches. I know what's in the foods that I like to eat, and I look for recipes according to that. I know lentils have protein, and chana dal is another kind of a grain similar to a chickpea that does not affect my blood sugar. So I will use things like that, and I will look for recipes from people that cook Indian. I have a Moroccan stew that's one of my favorite things ever to eat. That's super easy, and that's got, you can put meat in anything you want, but I tend to go towards things that are hearty and satiating. And that's why I stick with my lentils quite a lot, because they're so satisfying to my stomach and they stay with me for many, many, many hours. I never feel unsatisfied. So I find things to do with the things that I like to eat. I query, there's a magazine that I found about a month ago called Eating Well that also has a Facebook page and a page where you can get recipes off of. That's wonderful. I've just subbed to the magazine. Um, Rocky Berrigan, everybody knows Rocky. She takes your basic food, much like Tamika is doing. Tamika will rework something, but Rocky has been doing it for years. She lost weight on her own and is a darling among the weight loss community and of all kinds of weight loss communities. And we're lucky she's going to be in Vegas, so we get to meet her. She does a wonderful job retooling recipes. So if you don't know Rocky Berrigan, there's a link to Rocky's site. I have something called Delectable Planet. That's another. I just like things that are healthy and holistic that go the direction of good, healthy, nutritious foods for your body. I'm not a super protein maniac. I mean, I do my protein. I don't do it as well as other people, but I do look for non-animal sources of protein most of the time. Um, like for example, here's an example. I let my life speak to me on what I want to eat. On vacation, we went to a place and my daughter ordered ciappino. Well, I've never had ciappino. I knew what it was. I'd seen a recipe for it before back in the day, and I tasted it and it was fantastic. Well, lo and behold, as I look for ciappino recipes, I found that Wendy had one. Our own Wendy had, and it was on Tamika's page on YouTube. So I'm going to go back and use that recipe. It was delicious, nothing but a tomato-based, flavorful, base, and then you've got seafood in it. Um, it was wonderful. Um, it's things like that, things I never think about, and then you stumble upon something, and then you feel like, how can you retool it for yourself? So I tend to go more on whole foods, healthy foods, protein, veg, fruit. Nothing should be off limits. Do I stay away from white carbs? Yes. Do I simple sugars? Yes. But anything else is pretty much free game. And you just have to know what's a good choice to put in your body. As close as the way God made it, as close as it came out of the ground. Not raw. I mean, not any more raw than eating a salad for me, but I love vegetables. And if somebody said to me before I had surgery, if you have this surgery, you could never eat vegetables and fruit again. You will never have enough room in your pouch for anything but protein. Well, I probably wouldn't have done this. Nobody talked about this to that degree. They just talked about you losing the weight and taking vitamins forever. They didn't say three-quarters of the food groups are going to be off limits to you. So I refuse to live my life that way. I have to say, not, Dr. Garth Davis is a big proponent of this kind of food approach, and I'm looking forward to a book of his coming out soon. So, anyway, that's it. You guys know me. You know my story. I'm going to give you my list. I don't want to bore you anymore. You guys have a great time, and take care.